What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916 getting down with Fresh Out. You tuned into another episode. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share the channel, and go to freshoutseries.com, pick you up some merch, and wash your ass. I'm here with Shariff, man, and we kicking some game. We talking about consciousness, about just black culture, how things change. His father when he was alive, he was a hustler, and he was also a conscious individual who was mixing with a lot of different people. And we look at it right now, and the level of consciousness and what we glamorize in our culture, man, it's just so self-destructive. And you have all these people who talk about this and that, and we need to pay us for this, but they're not talking about cleaning up any of these communities. We have whole genres of music now, drill rap, based on killing each other, black on black. And it's like nobody says that. There's not even, the hip hop community doesn't even say, because it's like they're all, the labels are making money. I mean, Shariff, man, back in the day you had Biggie and Tupac, right? Mm-hmm. How many rappers now? Every week I hear somebody, especially in Florida, I see dudes, one dude just bailed out, and they got him right when he stepped out of, I think, right out the county jail. They knocked him down right outside. I see one dude, he just bailed out, and they knocked him down. But you've had, Young Dolph, you had, dudes in Chicago, you have all these dudes, Slim 100. Yeah. Dude, it's like people say the police, but these are all brothers getting killed by brothers.
Exactly. You got a lot of
Nipsey.
Yeah. Around my way, man, Florida, Orange County, Orlando, you got a lot of these local rappers, a lot of these local, kids and stuff just killing each other. Just killing each other.
Look at what is Triple X Tentacion?
Triple X.
Right there, they just convicted those dudes. Dude, for what?
I think, a couple $1,000 or something.
And it stole his little, what was it, in the I-8? Stole his watch?
Stole his watch, his jewelry, and...
Dude, it doesn't pop smoke. And it's like the end of the day, what are you going to do? You're going to take your watch, what are you going to do with it?
Exactly.
This guy's life, is it worth it? Our value of each other, we don't even look at each other and see a reflection of ourselves. Mm-hmm. When I used to think about, like, when I was a youngster and I used to go to the mall, and I'm like, I'm going to go here and see if I can smash on some dudes, what's up, man? And it's like, why'd I have the hate? Maybe I had hate because I didn't have a dad. I didn't have a black male that said he loved me.
We talked about that.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That lack of that black character that gave me a strength where, I felt like, this brother, actually, I seen value. Because, now I go places where I see an older brother in at an event and there's not a lot of us. I'm like, what's up, man? Mm-hmm. Or I see a brother in a nice Porsche or Ferrari. I'm like, damn, dude, you shining. Damn it feels good. Damn right. It feels good to see a brother,
right. Salute
you, man. Or I see
right.
a dude in the girls, man, what's up, man? Mm-hmm. And it's like different. I'm not looking at this dude in anger. Mm-hmm. But like you said, like these youngsters, man, it's crazy because you don't like this. Why you think we have such the hate, like you said, the killing in the community, man? It's all, and see, when you have that type of killing, people don't want to hear this, man. But other cultures they look at us like, man, don't nobody care anyway.
For real.
Because I'll tell you right now, they're not going to the Jewish communities like that. They ain't smashing through all these other neighborhoods like that because they know, man, we're going to get the shit suit out of us. There's going to be problems. These people are involved in politics. We don't have no weight. And nobody cares.
No backbone.
No backbone. So when something happens, and sometimes it'd be a good college student, it's like, damn, how did he get caught up? Why'd it happen to him? And that's like almost a blowback from just collateral damage because there's so many other people, and it's like, dude, we got to do something about this.
It's crazy you say that because it's like the only time we come together and stand as one is when the police kill one of us. Then we want to come together. Let's go march over here. Let's go do this. That's the only time you really see us coming together in packs and packs and packs.
But they don't do that when they just had, I said on Easter Sunday and Easter weekend in New York, there's like 20-some people got killed. Black on black. Chicago, 30-something shootings. They had Chicago weekends, 5 people got killed, 20-something shot. Yeah. Black on black.
Yeah. Orlando, same thing, man. I lost, one of my, friend of mine I went to school with on Easter, 18-month-old just got innocent bystanders getting killed on Easter. Kids out there, you know, Easter hunting, and these kids are just out here shooting.
It don't make no sense, man. You know, I look at it and I'm seeing, you know, now they call them what they call them yummies. The little kids, 14 years old, on little bikes with guns. I seen a kid. They showed a graduation of some kids in Chicago, and they were like 14, and all of them had little Dracos. Cause you know it's so easy to get guns now.
It is.
You know, when I was growing up, it's hard. You had to find a homie. Give, you know, hey, let me talk to so and so. You know, try to get a gun. You get a little 22, 25, something like that. You know, and it wasn't like everybody had a gun, but now they got the 3D guns.
Man.
And they selling them as accessibility so easy. And people are like, well, the gun law, they ain't got nothing to do with the gun law. It's a mental thing.
It is.
It's a mental thing. The gun, you know, I'd rather have somebody in my household have that than let somebody come in there and rape them or hurt them. But the mental thing about what's going on with the kids, it's a psychological thing. It's nothing to do with a gun. It's about what the kids are being exposed to and what they're communicating with. Because like you said, your dad, Huey P. Newton, the Black Panthers,
Heavily involved.
You know, heavily involved. Muhammad Ali, these different conscious people, you know, these people who are thinkers. They're not thinking about everybody has guns. They're not killing nobody, but it's a consciousness. So, what do you see us doing to help change the consciousness of young black men?
I think I need to be more mentors, man. Somebody like me, somebody like you. You know, get out here in this community, man, and you know, you got to get out here. You just can't talk about it. You got to get out here and get active. You got to really get out here and get active. I mean, a lot of these rappers, a lot of these dudes, they talk about it. You know, they want to be influential, but you got to get active in your community, man. You know, Marshawn Lynch, you know, he be out there, he actively in the community. You got certain individuals who actively be out there in their communities, you know, trying to change things, put YMCAs up, teaching, you know, kids about, you know, wastewater, you know, anything, man. You know, just being active and trying to teach them a different path, man.
You know, I was actually listening to something and people were talking about, you know, being active like that. And I say like, you know, I've been doing this channel now for 10 years, just trying to put a positive message out.
Salute.
And I've been working now with a professor in Nevada trying to do like almost like re-entry type situation where jobs, you know, introducing people into like the automotive industry. You know, there's so much money and we don't take advantage of it, like engineering, painting, body work, simply wrapping cars. There's all these things where you see people in prison, they could draw, hella skills. You're like, damn, dude, it's like, you make these little things, sculptures and stuff. If you were on the street and you're attention to detail, you go learn fabrication.
Damn right.
Dude, I know people who fabricate who are welding headers and mufflers making, you know, $250,000 a year. There's a lot of money in that stuff, man. Yeah. So, you know, there's a lot of things. I think exposure is the key, but we need to open up, like you said, these different accessible venues. Like you said, after school, the YMCA say you got football, you got in there maybe swimming, you got different things that you're active, but we also have in where maybe a guy comes in and teaches you how to weld, teaches you HVAC, teaches you
financial literacy,
how to
bank,
how you know, starting your initial your Roth IRA account,
how to write a check,
A lot of dudes don't even know how to write checks. You know, how to balance a checkbook. There's a lot of little basics that, you know, we don't know about. How to start your first LLC.
Exactly.
You know, how to get a business license. How to source if you want to do your own brand. A lot of you guys, instead of wearing all this Gucci and all this other stuff, get your own stuff. You know, start your own brands. I would support, you know, after seeing all the stuff going on with Nike, some of these other brands, I'll support a brother who had a nice shoe brand because I want to see y'all win.
Exactly.
I'd rather wear y'all stuff than to go along with a narrative that I'm not cool with because of it's a dominating brand. So, you know, there's a lot of things like that. You know, I got a friend who builds hot rods, and you know, people think I'm like, hey man, you know, who did this? He's like, I did. He said, you did? Oh man, they can't believe it. Like we're not capable of building our own shit. So, I think, you know, changing that literacy as far as just skill set to where we're either, whether it's coming out with our own automotive. I don't care if it's a type of engine, some type of computer program, you know, stuff that we can do, that we can work together to build get other conscious minds to where we can all share and be impacted. I remember a friend of mine told me, he said one of the biggest things that influenced him was one time when he went to his friend's house and he was failing out of college. He went and visited his friend during Christmas break, and he said his friend, his dad, they lived in a big house, and he said when everybody was asleep, he was walking through the house. The house was like 3,000 square foot, hella big. He's like, damn. Walking through the house, up and down stairs, nice marble and stuff. And he's like, man, you know, I asked his dad, what do you do, man? And he's like, I'm in the tech industry. You know, I'm a programmer. You know, I do code and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, damn, you make this kind of money? He's like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. So, you know, he ended up going, dropped out, went to the Air Force, but got into like the computer area in the military. They paid for it. And now he makes really good money. But that exposure, man, you know, young age, 19, 18, 19, seeing somebody that looks like you, who's also successful, it makes you like, wow, there are people there. And he's not a rapper. He's not a rapper. He's not a football player. He's not a basketball player. He's not a drug dealer. His guy's like, man, he's legitimate. He's a real deal. And he's successful. That's awe-inspiring, man.
Yeah, it is.
You know, and I think we need to create more of those type of environments and have, and it's not like, you know, I tell youngsters, it's not about judging, because like, you know, you can talk about something or, you know, do something, and it doesn't mean, and I'm not judging the rappers. All I'm saying is that at a certain level of consciousness, we have to think about the consciousness of what we're putting out to the universe. You know, because, you know, that's what, because it's very impactful, man.
It is.
You know, creativity, it's like a Hollywood movie. We could do a movie, like I was talking about your cousin, we could do a movie, and it might have some violence in it, whatever, but it's artistic, and it's not nothing, you know, negative that, you know, for the kids, because it's grown folks' business, and it's us doing a form of expression, and we can do that, but we need to get together like that more, because, you know, we don't just have the Ice Cube, the Tyler Perrys, and Antoine Fuqua. There's a lot of other ones out there too who have the same potential, but we just got to get together, man, and we can elevate it, you know. And we have such powerful platforms. That's why they use us for everything. You know, they use us to promote sexuality.
Correct.
They use our women to promote movements.
Correct.
They use, you know, they have us every Super Bowl. So I mean, obviously we have more power than we know. It's like we don't even know all the powers we got. You think about it.
We create the power.
I mean, one of the biggest grossing movies ever was it Black Panther, and then they turn around and they change it all up and now try to make it go a different direction, which it flopped. But I'm saying, see the power, once they see like, damn, okay, we can use them for this and that. Dude, we don't even realize all the things that we have at our disposal. And it's like having a toolbox and all you use is a screwdriver and a hammer. You got a ratchet set, you got a power drill, you got a power saw, you got a plasma cutter, and you're not using none of that shit, man. We're not using none of it.
You're right.
What are we using? We go in the hood, what are we using? I mean, there's some dudes now that are using some stuff, but I mean, it's just like I look at like, I'm a car guy, so look like Stitch by Slick. His interiors is, I don't know if you ever look at YouTube.
Yeah.
He's killing it.
Yeah.
That dude, he do some swaps, man. I'm like, this dude right here is an artist.
Yeah, he's very good.
Very good. Probably self-taught down in North Carolina. I think he's in North Carolina. And, you know, shout out to him, I mean, because I'm a big car guy. But I'm like, dude, look at our talent. We're not even capitalizing on our talent. A lot of these black people don't even know that first open heart surgery, the gas mask, the stop sign. Benjamin Banneker, he designed DC. He was amazing. He designed all down DC, District of Columbia. I mean, there's a lot of things that we did. The guy who helped with the filament and the light bulbs, who helped Einstein with a black guy. There's a lot of black. I have a whole book at home I've read a couple times about black inventors and these doctors. The first guy who performed open heart where a patient didn't die within a week was a black man, and the patient went on to live for like 20-something years, 30-something years, because of antiseptic, using cleanliness, you know. He taught people that, you know, hygiene. There's a lot of different people, man, who did stuff.
That's
but
history, man.
You don't get these stories. So we need to have these stories, man. You know, and I think these stories, as far as inspiration of people who did things, is more impactful than talking about, you know, oh man, these people had this. I know what, man, I don't need to see no more slavery bullshit movies, man. No more whoopings and all that. I want to see some dudes who was out here doing some stuff so that I can see that, damn, okay, They were engineers. They were scientists. It's just like the lady for NASA, a black lady. The black women who helped design some stuff to do with NASA, they helped stuff with the first space shuttle. There's a lot of interesting people that look like us that did big things, but we don't really know about them until we get later, and then we think, oh man, why didn't I know about this? Because when you learn about this when you're young,
Yeah.
it changes. Young is different.
Yeah, you got to search for all that history.
You got to search for it.
History.
Or unless we have, like you said, mentors and family members who lace us up, at a younger age. I mean, back in the day, like, you would have Jim Brown. Yeah, it is by design. It's by design, but now that we know, we got to work to change that. Like you said, Stokely Carmichael, Jim Jones. I mean, not Jim Jones. Excuse me.
Jim Brown.
Jim Brown. What's his name? Wilt Chamberlain. A lot of these dudes were conscious. They were conscious and they bucked. See, these sports athletes now, only one who's bucking Kyrie, and they all hate on him. But a lot of them didn't buck. Muhammad Ali bucked. Spoke out about the war. A lot of them they back then they weren't as controlled.
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick, but
look what happened to him.
But look at Kaepernick now. Kaepernick, man, you talking about your parents are racist to sell a book? Dude, you got adopted. You didn't see that?
No, I didn't.
He said his mom didn't because they told him that he had cornrows that it looks like a thug. My grandpa told me cornrows were thuggish. Dude, you're saying these people. See, that's what I mean. Like they got Kaepernick, and now they using him now. Now he's turning on these people who raised him, who adopted him. He got to the NFL. He wasn't they adopted you. They took you in their home, got you best education possible. Now you're saying that I felt weird sometimes when my mom would say something like, "You're not gonna dress like this." I'm trying to fit in with these other black kids, but it wasn't right. My mom was right. That's thuggish. That is, it's thuggish. It's street. My grandpa used to say, hey man, don't be bringing them dudes around my house. I'm like, damn, grandpa, he'd be mad. Get them from over here, man.
Right.
And they're like, dude, your grandpa, man, because he knew. My grandpa, he would say, he see, you want to get a Jerry curl? No, we're going to go cut all that off. Ain't no cornrows, Jerry curls, ain't none of that flashy shit. My grandpa didn't play that shit, man. He said, man, where you get them shoes from? You know what I mean? Where you? He said, how much those cost? What you doing? My grandpa, man, he didn't know how to really talk as far as communicate, as far as with emotion, but he wanted to talk dudes, this is what it is.
Yeah, old school.
Where he would mad dog, and it wasn't until I got older, and he said, man, you know what? He's like, he said, I used to wonder about you, man, blah, 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 but you all right. And but he was one of them cold dudes. He's like, because he never had that emotion either, but he used to always tell me, man, like, he look at some of my friends, man, and sometimes he would come outside and you're like, dude, your grandpa right there. I said, oh man, he looked, he wouldn't even say nothing. He just had that look and shake his head.
You know what that means, huh?
Oh man, y'all gotta go, man. I gotta go. You know what I mean? So it's not like racist, man. It's black families don't want thugs either. Yeah. Cornrows. He says, you can when you get older, you want to do that. Fashion is cool, but there's certain way you got to present yourself. Exactly. My grandpa used to always say, man, you don't need no earrings, you don't need no tattoos, you don't need to be all this stuff. My grandpa used to tell me, man, he's like, look, man, it's already hard, man. Just do certain. That's just how it is.
Don't make it hard on yourself. Knowing you already got all the odds against you.
Yeah,
he's making it hard on yourself. Tattoos on your face.
Yeah,
why would you do that?
But we you don't try and tell me what to do. But he was right.
Yeah.
Perception's everything, man.
Right.
Perception's everything, and I didn't get it until I got to the pen and I got around different people, and people be talking to me like, "Damn, Big Hurt, hey, you must have some manners growing up. Your people taught you a little something. Oh man, Big Hurt, what are you in here for?" And they used to trip out. Dude used to trip out off me like, when I told my men for bank robbery, they thought I was in here for credit card fraud because of the way I carried myself. Because I wasn't carrying myself in a really street manner. So all that makes a difference, man. But it goes back to you say, man, the level of consciousness, man. It's like you said, them youngsters, they killed each other for nothing, man.
Yeah, man. It's sad. It's sad, man. It's sad. Hurt, Like we got to change it. Somebody who, who can be influential. Got to change that narrative, man. And
in your community, what do you see the biggest obstacle in going forward? Because, for one, you got all these politicians, local community people. It starts at the community level first.
They do.
And what are they really doing with all the money they get?
I don't know. I I don't know. I think it'd be a lot of pretending, to be honest with you. You know, I don't think you got, you know, people who done been down that road or been through the struggle. Cause you need people who, you know, who been down that road, man, who can relate. In my opinion, you know, you need people who can relate.
I believe the same. You know, you need people who relate, but also you can't be scared to buck the system. See, this is one thing. Like I peep out, right? I like going places where there's not a whole lot of people look at me because they're like, "What are you doing here?" I'm here like you here. I'm having a steak. Oh, I got a nice car too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they like, damn, we thought we put so many obstacles in your way, but you still made it. Damn, you made it. Like Denzel on Training Day, man, you made it. How'd you do it? How'd you do it? You know, I've never asked a person anywhere where I go, what do you do? But one of the first things I get from a lot of people,
What do you do? Same.
So I was at a car show last week. White dude, I'm talking. He's looking at the car. Oh man, you put a lot of money into this thing. Man, what do you do?
You think they think we ball players or rappers? The first thing that
Dude,
come to their mind is
they're amazed because look,
you look like a ball player.
Yeah, you look in shape.
Yeah.
You talk kind of well.
Yeah.
Your presentation.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I know how hard it is for me in America. I'm white.
Mm-hmm.
How hard is it for you to get to where you got, and you got some stuff that I don't have. That's the trippy, you know what I mean? It's a psychology. And then you get the brothers who do get up there, and then you go to see them and they act all funny style.
Yeah.
I'd have been to those places too. Brother come up, I was like, hey man, now that you got a Lambo. I'm like, you little house ass nigga, man. You know what I mean? You got a tight ass Lamborghini jacket on.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, we're both going to the same place. I'm like, hey man, how long you had it? Oh, I've had it for a while. Man, I'll kick you in your fucking head, man. Excuse my language, man. But you a boo, you know what I mean? Yeah. Dude, you ain't got to act funny. They don't like you no more than just because you got the Lambo.
Exactly.
And you know what I mean? They might be playing you because you're the only, but don't be mad because you're not the only black guy at the function. That's another thing. You black guys, when you get somewhere, don't act like you're funny style because, I want to be the only black guy here. Yeah. There's room for everybody.
Goddamn right.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. If you ain't acting like a damn fool, but yeah, that's the other funny style stuff, man. I go places, man, and you walk places, what did you drive? Oh, and I drove some, that's what I drove. Oh, what do you do? They go, what do you do? You know what I mean? Don't worry about what I'm doing. I'm here chilling. Shut your mouth.
Exactly.
But that's the thing, man. We got to definitely change that, man, and not be scared to challenge the system with our own mentality and not let these people push us. But at the same time, like I said, by design, the scariest thing for them is to be at a place and you got a dude he got dreads, he's articulate, he up in here, he got his own business, he's got about 5 other brothers like him. Oh man,
got goals.
Got goals. Yeah, man. Oh man, this is. And then they women looking like, oh man, I want him to bust my cheeks, baby. On top of it, so then they like, damn man, this dude he taking everything. My daughter want to hook up with his son, dude. It's scary. I'm just telling you, keep me all real. I done been there. I've seen it. Real funny stuff, man. Real funny stuff going down. But we got to be tight. We got to stick together. We got to, and like not everybody's gonna be on the same page.
Right.
Got to find other brothers on the same page who are down to elevate, down to make some moves, and that's the only way. Cause unless we get in the hood, we got to get in there, man, and we gotta work with like minds. But we got to pick the gyms out.
Change that culture, man.
Change our culture. You know how you got like there's a bunch of stones somewhere, and there's some pretty ones in there. A lot of them some shit. I'm not gonna lie. Some people, man, you can't help. You can't.
Right.
But we got to work with the ones we can, man. And if we do that, man, I think we can really change our young people's, direction, man.
I agree.
Hey, Big Herc 916, getting out with Shariff, fresh out. Hit that subscribe button, like, and share the channel. You tired of smelling like stanky butt, funky armpits? Wash your ass. Go to freshoutserious.com and pick you up a bar of soap.